What's up everybody, Tim Conley here. I'm excited to talk about business transformation. There's 3 mindsets that you need to have that will take your business to the next level. Whether you're just getting started out or you've been in business for a few years and you're struggling or you just don't think that there's the right amount of growth happening in your company, well then this episode of the Tim Conley Show is for you. So let's check it. If there's one thing that a business should be focused on right now is crafting an identity. We are in a world where attention is the most scarce resource on the planet. Getting people's attention because they're seeing thousands upon thousands of ads, commercial messages every single day. On top of that, they are checking out everything. Their Facebook feed is scrolling, their Instagram feed is scrolling, and they've got their TikTok feed just hammering them with little goofy dances. They are constantly inundated with content and everybody is vying for their attention. So the number one thing you can do is craft your identity. The easiest way to identify yourself is to have a value proposition that says, I do X for Y. If you have a thing that you do for a group of people, that's the easiest value proposition that you can do. But what I see a lot is people saying, I do X, Y, Z, 1, 2, and 3 for Y, G, 11. Their identity is like a multiple personality disorder, and they call it full service. It is not full service. It's just begging for work. You don't know what you do. You don't know what you stand for, and neither does your clients. Your market cannot choose you. They cannot see you in a crowd of people who do exactly the same thing you do, that say the exact same things that you do, and that prevents them from coming to you. It prevents you from getting opportunities. Let's say you're a web designer. Client comes to you, says, I need a website. And you're like, I got you. And then the client says, hey, how about you do some videography for me? And you're like, I can do that for you because, hey, they're gonna pay, right? But the client doesn't stop there. They keep asking for like content. How about you do content? How about you host my website? How about you do IT for my website? How about you do all these different services? And you just keep saying yes because you're wanting to get that little bit of money, a little bit more money, and a little bit more money. What you're doing is having an identity crisis. You've got way too much stuff going on, and the client who's been asking you for all these things, eventually they can't tell anyone else what you do because they go, wow, well, they do everything. They did my website and they did some video. So what are they really good at? Well, they don't know. And this is what happens to your client. They don't go, oh, they're an amazing full service agency. They start thinking, well, I'm not exactly sure what they specialize in. That's what really happens when you will not pick an identity and stick with it. Now for the second mindset shift you need to make to transform your business. That is climb with better climbers. A long time ago, I was an avid rock climber. And I was struggling, and I just could not get past a 5'9" climb. And then one day I was at a favorite climbing spot, and a guy showed up who needed a belayer. He just was hoping someone was going to be there. I volunteered to help him out, and he went up this 5'10" climb that I had failed over and over on. He just went up it just easy. It was so fast. And then he said, okay, now your turn. And I said, I don't know that I can do it. He's like, no, you've got this. I'll help you out. So I started climbing and I got to the crux, the hardest part of the climb. And I just kept slipping and I got tired. My arms started shaking, my legs were shaking, and I was exhausted. And I said, just let me down. He said, no. Then he started giving me advice, where I should step, where I should reach, what I needed to do to get past this very difficult spot. And I just blew right through it, and it transformed my climbing. What this has to do with business is you need to be around people who are better than you at what you do. It does not matter what your skill set is. Be around people who are far better than you at that thing. and it will push you to the next level. You'll get better. They'll be able to give you advice for you to be able to get better, but you'll also push yourself to be able to be one of them, to be as good as those people you're hanging out with. And here's something that happens with it, is they start to trust you, and work that they can't take, they start sending it your way. And not only will you get better at your skill, you will also make more money because you will be a trusted resource for their clients or their prospects that they can't do work with. Mindset number 3 is don't seek, be found. One of the things I get asked frequently is around cold outreach. There's methods for it, but it's not my specialty. It's not something that I'm very good at or that I actually care to do. I did all the cold outreach early in my career, doing all that prospecting work because I needed the business, but I didn't like it. And one of the things that I didn't like about it is it put me in a lower status position. I was seeking work. I was begging for work. One of the things that I learned in studying marketing was that marketing's whole purpose is to get people to come to you, to ask you to do work for them, instead of you looking for them and seeing if they will give you some work. I've got an entire video on this called Don't Seek, Be Found that will go into depth on how to do this. What I want to do is focus on the mindset shift necessary to be someone that is sought. One of the easiest things you can do is to teach what you know. It builds authority, it creates content, and the people who are looking for what you're doing, the people who are after the services that you provide, they will see that content and say, this person knows what they're talking about. Not only are you talking about it, but you're showing it. You're proving that you can do the work that you say you're capable of. The greater your ability to answer the questions that your prospects have in their minds, the more they're going to trust you, the more they're going to seek you to solve their problems. They start seeing you as an authority and not just a laborer, not just someone who does the skill that you do. The quality of your work needs to get better and better with every client that you take on. You cannot stay at the same level because you will stagnate and your work will be stagnant. When you're doing better and better work by client stacking, working with a bigger client, a better client, every single time you're pushing yourself to the next level, doing that better work, that harder work, will increase your authority. It will increase the intellectual property that you have. When you put the things you know and the work that you do together, and it gets better every time you publish. Every time the market sees you, you're better than you were in the past. This is going to get people to desire working with you. They're going to come seek you out because, one, you're putting out more and more content that proves your expertise. But then on top of that, it gets better and better, and they desire that level of work. And they couldn't conceive of working with anyone other than you. All right, I hope these 3 mindset shifts really help you to transform your business. And as always, if you've gotten value out of this, maybe even hit that notification button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope to see you in the next video. Oh, before you go, check out these additional videos. They're really good. They'll help you out, and it'll help me out to beat that YouTube algorithm. All right, and we are done.